All right, in this video, we're going to show you how to go about converting a image into a hype chain using Inkscape and Bambu Studio. So this was the image that was provided to us, and we'll go ahead and close that out. All of my designs start here in chat. Now, chat, of course, is available for free, but I do use the paid version. So this is the logo provided. And so I said, can you clean it up a little bit? And so this is what it gave us. And then I asked it to remove the background, but it didn't do a very good job. So I kind of skipped that and asked it to add just a little bit of black space around the whole design. And so you can see we have a little bit more black space around the whole design. And then I asked it to convert it to black and white. Now, generally speaking, that's what I like to do. And the reason that I like to go to black and white is because Inkscape does a really good job of converting black and white images to vector images, but it doesn't do a very good job converting color images to vector images. So what we're going to do here is we're going to right click and choose copy image, and then we're going to go into Inkscape and we're going to paste it. So right click and paste, and then we're going to right click again and choose trace bitmap. Okay, now I did decide to go ahead and choose the invert image here. And so it'll just invert these colors and hit apply. And there you go. Just that quick and easy. That has now been converted into black and white. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and do some more editing. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here to path and we're going to choose to break it apart. Okay. And then we're going to go up here to view, display mode, outline mode, so we can kind of see what's going on here. Now, in this particular one, the eye, and we're going to shift click the beak here. We're going to go up here to path and union, and then we're going to go to our object, and we're going to choose raise to top, and we'll give it some gold color. Okay. And then here, we're going to select this piece, shift click this piece. So those two pieces are going to become one. So we'll go to path and union, and then we're going to go to object and raise to top, and then that's going to be white. Okay. This piece here, we don't actually need at all. So that one, we're just going to get rid of. Then our Kennett text here, we're going to go ahead and choose path and union, and then we're going to do object raise to top, and that is going to be gold. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and select all of our Eagles text. And for this, we're going to go to path, and we're not going to do union. We're going to do combine. And we're going to do white, and we're going to do object, and we're going to do raise to top. Okay. And so if we want to look at just what we've accomplished so far, we can go back to the view menu, display mode normal, and you can kind of see what we've got going on so far. Now we can also see that we didn't get our E as part of this selection, so no worries. We just select the E now, shift click the white here of Eagles, and we'll go back into path. We could choose path and union at this point, or we could do path and combine, either one. And now we have what we wanted. All right, and so now you can see here, we do have our black, and this very outside piece could be gold. Okay, and so now you can kind of see we more or less have what we needed for our design. Now I do want to do one more thing, and that is to create this outer gold. I want to create that as like a little border, a little ring here. So we're going to do that. So let me show you how we're going to do that. We select our gold, and then we shift select our black. We're going to go ahead and duplicate. So we're going to hit Control D. Okay, so now we have a duplicate of that. And then all we're going to do is choose path and difference. And then you see this is what we get. We get that outer ring. And that's what we need. Okay, so now we have all of the pieces and parts for our design that we needed. Now let's go back over here and just look at it here. So that is going to be our back plate, and then our ring, our black here, this text, this, and this. So we have all the different pieces that we need. Okay, so another thing that's sometimes helpful is just to start turning things off. So this top one is our ring, And then we can come back down here. You see that's our black, that's our beak, that's the white, our Kennett, and our eagles. Okay, so there you go. So now we have all of our bits and bobs the way we need. So let's go ahead and save this to the desktop, and we'll just call it Ken Eagles. Okay, so now the next step then is to go into Bambu to actually create the 3D model. We have our SVG, so now we could just go into Bambu, and let's go ahead and hit Control I, and we're looking for Ken Eagles. So that's right here. This is Ken Eagles. Now, when we bring it in initially, it's always going to come in this big because we did not scale it in InkScape. So let's go ahead and do that now. So we're going to go ahead and click on this, and we are going to use uniform scale. And let's just set this to 150. That's what I usually do for hype chains. Okay, so there you go. Now everything comes in as one color, whatever the first defined color is. In this case, it's gold. So now we could just start applying different extrusion values to our pieces. So this first piece here is our backplate, and it doesn't hurt to name these pieces. You don't have to, but I think we'll go ahead and do that real quick. Let's just go ahead and name these pieces. This is our backplate, black backplate, and then this will be our beak, and then this is our eagle head. And all I'm doing is just clicking right here, and it'll allow me to change uh, the the shape or the object name. And then this will be our ring. Okay. So our eagles is going to be white. So let's go ahead and change that to color number 5. That's our 5th defined filament color. Kennett is gold. Our eagle head, that is also 5. Our beak is gold. The back plate is, or this is black. So let's do color number 2. There we go. All right, so now everything has the right color, but we don't have the right thickness of all these pieces. So for the back plate, I like to make my hype chains. We'll uncheck uniform scale. I like to make those 8. Then the black back plate, we're going to make that 2. The beak, the eagle head, those are going to be 2. So we can select both of them by control clicking. Select one, control click the other, and then our Kennett text is also going to be 2. And then our Eagles text, we're going to do something a little special there. We're going to do 4. And then our ring, we're going to do 2. Okay. So now what we have to do is start placing things in the proper Z height. So to do that, we're going to switch over to the Move tool. And here for our ring, that is going to be at 9. Okay. Now why 9? Well, the reason it's going to be 9 is this. Our back plate is 8 millimeters thick. Our ring is 2 millimeters thick. Half of 2 is 1. 8 and 1 is 9. So our ring is now sitting directly on top of our back plate. That's how we make these calculations. So for our black here, our black is 2, okay? But we're going to have it set at 8. So it's only sitting 1 millimeter above our 8 millimeter back plate. And that's what we want for this particular example. Okay, so that's what we get. And so you see here, we have that little recess right there that I think is kind of interesting. All right, so that gets us that far. So what's next here? Our beak. So our beak is going to be extruded too. So if I want that to sit on top of black, that should be 10. Okay, and so there we go. That piece is sitting. Our eagle head is going to be 10 as well. Our Kennett text, that's going to be 10 as well. all of that is 2 millimeters thick, and all of it's sitting on top of black. Now our Eagles text, that's going to be 4. And so for that to sit on top of black, that needs to be 11. Okay, so, and then finally, yep, our ring. So there we go. So that is our 3D model. Now, what we do need to do is go ahead and slice our plate. Make sure that part is going to slice. This is what we're looking for. Slice okay. So yes, and how long is that bad boy going to take to print? Let's take a look. It is going to take 2 hours and 8 minutes. Okay, not terrible. All right, so there you go. That's kind of phase one in that we have our 3D model. Now what we have to do is turn it into the Cuban chain. So let's go back here. So to do that, we are going to just take our prime tower here and put it down here. Let's go ahead and hit Control I here. Now the Cuban chain you can get on Maker World. So we're just going to call it look up blank. So this is off of Maker World here, this particular chain. Okay. And then all we're going to do is take our pendant, slide it up a little bit. So we'll slide it up here a little bit. And then what I like to do is this piece right here, it's black. But if you look here, see how that's black there? I like it to make it the same color as my back plate. So in this color, we're going to go ahead, in this particular example, we're going to alt click it, and we're going to set the color to color number 1. And so now it's the same color, and it's just a little something something there. And then finally, we take our pendant and we control click our Cuban, and we have to right click and merge those together. And now that is ready to print. So pretty straightforward, pretty simple and easy to do, but it's a process. I've done, probably thousands of pipe chains, so I know what I'm doing pretty well. So that is how it's done. So hopefully that helps you out, gives you a little bit better understanding of the process and the work involved in creating your 3D models with Inkscape. I truly believe Inkscape for projects like this is really the tool to use because it's fairly easy to learn, and certainly it's easy to execute. It only took a few minutes to make this hype chain and you're off to the races. So until next time, thanks for watching.
If you have any questions or need one-on-one training or some custom files made for you, this is my contact information, so feel free to reach out via email. You can text me. You could even give me a call. I'd be happy to answer questions or give you more details on the one-on-one training we offer, and as well as if you need custom files made until you are up to speed on how to make them yourself, feel free to reach out and we'd be happy to help you with that as well.